So we missed the Dinger Pop. Welcome back, everybody. We are back in the Spell Brigade, aka Shadow Wizard Money Gang. I know we said we'd be back in Valheim, but there's a plant wizard now. How can I say no to that plant wizard? Look at that plant wizard face. Look at it. And then look at Boss's face because, right? Camporelli? Hang on. I can. Yeah, I don't know his. I can't see his name, so I can't tell you. So I have a question for you, gentlemen. That they're racism. I mean, the Italians, they also invented the Roman salute and Mussolini and also Jacob. We're hearing the TV. You're, unfortunately, you are gonna have to switch to push to talk again. the the dangers of having your computer desk by your TV and you have a pregnant wife who likes her shows, right? Yeah. Aww. I just got sent a baby picture. Our good friends. Aw, enjoying a meal of corned beef, potatoes, and carrots. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. The new enemies. The new enemies. They went through you. Probably a smart idea. Um. All right. Okay. So, as I was saying, the the question I have for you, gentlemen. So, there has been something that has plagued me since childhood. And I am very annoyed at a childhood doctor that I had because he asked me a question and then never answered it. And that question is when yes, you'll understand in a second. When does hair grow the fastest? I mean, like, apparently there is a time when hair grows the fastest. I don't know when that time is. The doctor never told me when that time was. I have tried searching for that time. I have not been able to find the answer to this question, and it has plagued me for 30 years. Yeah, it's not a question that I'm thinking either of you are going to be able to answer, but I'm now sharing it because I want to know, is there anything that either took you far too long to learn or is still something that plagues you to this day that you have not been able to find an answer to? Okay. Sure. I oh god. Incoming yeah. Um they're not hard to avoid if you know how. You just got to find the hole. You got to get in the hole. Oh, they got both of you. Jeez. Yeah, there are gaps in between the beasts that you have to thread through. Ironically, I know of this mechanic from World of Warcraft and other MMORPGs that have that as a mechanic in boss fights. So you're right. Turns out drugs are good, kids. No, no, they're not. But if you enjoy an online game because it is a good social sphere, make sure it is not consuming your life. That's all. That's all. And if you are watching or stream forever, good news, we end in 2 hours. You can go outside at that. It'll be a little dark, but you can go outside when we're done. And you should go outside when we're done, because we won't be there. We promise. Meanwhile, we're just standing right behind you, looking at the mirror. Okay, so I'm gonna. In addition to the comment I just made, I want to point something else out. So Discord updated itself recently, got a new UI, which I'm not sure if I fully love or not, but they brought back the overlay. Um, it automatically turned on for me for whatever reason, even though I think I had it disabled, because the overlay used to show up on stream. It doesn't show up in stream anymore. There it is. There's the gap. Aha! So I can actually see who's talking and who's in the chat with us on voice, and it's not showing up on stream. So I'm not showing people's names on stream. Hiding your identities, Abe and Jacob, with your full address, and here's your full name. Those are worthless now. Orb, 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 orb. Contemplated. Yeah, more experience. 17% extra. So now I gain. I, you know, I kind of agree. The plant is interesting, but kind of lackluster at the same time. I'm wondering if there's an upgrade to it that'll make it like that much better. It does seem to do good damage, but it's it just pokes. And then it's like singular placement. If there was a piercing upgrade or like it hit multiple things, I think it'd be better. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, shit. I got stuck on a rock. I did pick up the explode when done, because the other options I had at the time were not great. Alright. Lightning. Lightning could help. There is a new element that we can get for our spells, too. I did not get the option for the new element yet. Which, ironically, is not love this time. Yeah, it would have been really amusing if they had done that, but I can understand why they didn't. Good movie, by the way. Good movie. That's interesting enough. So Jacob, did you manage to get yourself to push to talk? Did you... Yeah, no, I can understand that. Have you ever had something that you either didn't learn for far too long, or still don't know after many years of fruitlessly searching? No childhood mysteries yet unsolved? Watch out for the beasts. I'm at 29% experience gain. Anybody higher? Alright, I'm coming to get the orb. I will say another thing that took me far too long to realize. That Flo Rida's name was Florida. It just took me too long to realize that. Not like years or anything, but it just like... It was something I suddenly realized, oh, son of a bitch, it's Florida. I will say there is a book series I am reading right now. I actually really enjoy the book series too. Um, the author, oh hey, another orb. The author has fun with punny names. I'm not sure if they're the names of the actual. This is kind of weird. So, the books are set in a first person narrative. So it's somebody retelling the story essentially. Like I did, I'm this. It's their thoughts, right? And since it's from their point of view, I'm not sure if the names he gives some people are actually their names, or if he's just decided to say for this important character, give them a really punny name for the sake of being punful, because to him they're not that important, but they show up enough to be meaningful enough to give a name to. If that makes any sense. Like, yeah, like he'd give his friend an actual name because they're his friend and they're meaningful, but there is a fat merchant that is uh, in this empire that he's named Scoundrel. And there's been a number of characters like this. And to be fair, he's in another world, so they could very well have names that are like that, that just seem to actually be these punny words. I like to think it's a combination of both the unreliable narrator and maybe these. Oh no, um, maybe this world actually does. What is it? Yeah, unreliable narrator, or maybe this world really does have these terrible, awful, accidental names. I gotta say though, these books are really good. And he's had a couple of series that have been very different than most other um, either portal fantasies or apocalyptic places I've seen. I really should give him a shout out. I don't know the author off the top of my head. I may look it up the next time we have a spell, now that I think about it. No. But one series that I really enjoyed from him deals with what seems to be an isekai style, right? Where people are transplanted to another world that is a gamified world, with stat points, levels, skills, and all of that, and you can respawn. But it's also kind of post-apocalyptic in that there's these monsters that will destroy everything. But here's the thing. Nobody remembers a life prior to waking up in this world, but they wake up as adults with fully formed... Ooh. With fully formed, like, thoughts and experiences. Like, they just... Imagine amnesia, but you still know how to do things, if that makes sense. You know? Maybe. Oh no, the monsters, the beasts. I don't know. I haven't looked up amnesia enough to know that. Because, yeah, I guess amnesia is a certain, like, you don't know your memories, but you still know how to ride a bike, or use an oven, or a fork, or simplistic things, I guess. I guess there's levels of amnesia to a certain extent. But yeah, no, like, guy wakes up in a college dorm room. He knows what a college dorm room is. He knows what the internet is. He doesn't know who he is or why he woke up in a college dorm room. No, this is a book series. Yes. Yeah. Um, and so this guy, he wakes up and he's in this dorm room, and the people in the dorm room seem to know who he is, but he doesn't recognize the name. He doesn't know the people. And this weird mutant thing breaks down his door and kills him. And then he wakes up. He then wakes up in another dorm room, almost the same, with people almost the same as the last time he woke up. And a similar thing starts to happen as from the last time. And he starts to realize that he's in this world, and he learns about this world, and it turns out that this place has players and NPCs. And the players are the people that can respawn. The NPCs are just people that populate these towns or sections or cities that show up, and what happens is the whole world is broken into. I've unlocked Campanelli. The whole world is broken into grids, and grids will respawn, and when they respawn, a new section of city or whatever resets itself, and so the same thing happens. It's always a little bit different, but the city resets. There's NPCs in there that are just people living their life. And there's an infection that slowly spawns, and beasts come out of that, and it evolves and breaks down, and it's this cycle. And so you're learning about this world and what's going on with this world and how to survive in this world. And it's a very interesting concept. One I like have not seen from an isekai or gamified style world before. One of the best series I read. And the next book is the one that I was talking about that has the scoundrel in it, where you have it's kind of like an isekai. Oh no, the beasts are coming. The beasts are coming. Actually, while we have 28 seconds, I'm going to look this up real quick. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Oh, I found the golden crab. He's right by me. I'm working on it. Oh, I can look again. Yeah, come on. I gotta go quick. Gotta go quick. My books. Come on. I have 14 seconds. Right? Okay, so the author's name is Arthur Stone. The first book in the series that I was reading is called Alpha Zero. Um, that's the series that I'm just about to talk about that has the guy with the name of Scoundrel. And this is the weird isekai. So this was a guy who was a normal dude on Earth. Um, and he was kidnapped and sacrificed to by these weird people somewhere to try and resurrect their son. Except it didn't quite work. The guy, instead of dying to bring the son to life, his soul just got transferred into the son's body. Well, I mean, the son, who was a baby at the time, didn't have a soul, so that's why it happened. I mean, kind of, yeah. So it's this dude who is now stuck on this world, which, ironically, the world's name is Rock. I think it's kind of funny because, you know, we live on Earth, so the world he goes to is named Rock. Ooh. Ooh. Um, it's a very, very good series. It starts from him as a kid, learning about the world and its systems, which honestly I think is better than trying to learn about the system as an adult, because coming for it. Because I think, you know, kids are expected to not necessarily know things. Oh, the beasts can be killed if you do enough damage to them. I did see a beast die there. And also, fuck Mr. Beast. Yeah, you've not given me any money, so screw you. No. Yes, but Mr. Beast is an asshole. Oh, no. Oh, no. But yeah, Arthur Stone, Eternal Sword. Arthur Stone, great series. Or great author. I've enjoyed all of the series that I've read of his so far. Definitely give him a look because it's very different style from normal lit RPG books or isekai books, because they're different premises than normal, and I like fresh takes on these things. I think we need more fresh ideas in the system rather than guy gets transported to magical fantasy world and he happens to be the hero because he has all of the charm or fucks all of the bitches and has the greatest harem in the universe, and somehow, I don't know, they always get a goddamn harem. Well, yes. So, speaking of harems, getting your dick wet, which ironically, there have been a couple of animes where the entire premise is he has to get his dick wet to save the world. Speaking of harems, I there are very few harem anime that I actually enjoy, because, as you said, most of the time, or most of the problem with most harem animes is the protagonist is bland as fuck. So why are all of these women throwing themselves at the dude? Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree. I like the harems that occur, I wouldn't say naturally, but they make sense, right? Like, no, where the main character actually is interesting. The relationships with the women are fleshed out to the point where it makes sense that these women actually are in love with them. And I will actually say this too: the reverse harems, where it's a woman with multiple guys, where they make sense. One of my favorite reverse harems, which actually ironically is not a reverse harem when you finally get through the full story, just a romance, is Oron Host Club. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. So Oron Host Club, fantastic anime and fantastic manga in general. The premise of it is um, a student who goes to this school, is on essentially an academic scholarship, and they're going to a really ritzy private school full of super rich people. And in the school, there is a host club, which in Japan, if you've ever heard of a host club, usually it's a bar where, oh god, the dude is spawning. It's a bar where, and they have it for both genders, where men or women could go in and talk with attractive men or women, depending upon their preference and gender and all that. This host club is really pretty boys entertaining the rich uh, women of the school in with stories and having tea with them and just entertaining them. It is, they do get money for it. The women do pay for the time, because not only is it a club, but it's a business. I mean, it's high school, so there's not really fucking. Um, but the main I have the the main character accidentally breaks a vase, and they're like, "Well, how much? How much was this vase?" $100,000. I would. So in order to pay off the debt, they're forced into joining the host club. Little do they know, they're actually a girl who's just been in a guy's uniform because that's what fit, and that they just went with it. They weren't necessarily intentionally cross-dressing. That's just how it happened. However, at this point now, they're playing as a guy. They're a girl playing as a guy in the host club, essentially getting money from rich women and playing nanny to them in order to earn back the money. It's actually a really funny and fun. I'm not doing it justice. A really funny and fun, lighthearted slice of life school comedy with a dash of romance in there. They call it a reverse harem because, of course, it's one girl and a bunch of hot guys. But realistically, there's only one romance option in that. Well, now that I think about it, it's a show and a manga. I keep forgetting that in harem anime and manga, there are a couple of solutions to the harem dilemma. Either the main character chooses none of the. There's a couple of them. The one was called the Tenchi solution, where the main character chooses none of the girls and keeps it forever as a non-existent answer, which, depending upon how the Tenchi solution is handled, is either good or bad. If it's done well, it's just them punting the question down the road while they just focus on other things, which is fine. If it's done badly, then, it's, well, why didn't you choose? You're just pussying out of a choice. Grow up and pick someone, or, don't not hurt their feelings for the sake of whatever. Then there's the pick them all solution, which we talked about. If done poorly, is why is this bland MC getting all the girls? Then there's the I choose one. And usually the I choose one harem animes are some of the better ones because there was a correct choice in the end, and there's an actual resolution and not just main characters getting their dick wet or run over by a train. There's some stories that are actually worth watching. I'm telling you, and granted, I know you're not much of an anime guy to begin with. Ouran Host Club is a fantastic show. I see it. I do highly recommend watching Ouran Host Club. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. It's just a great show with good comedy, good writing, and a good story. So give that one a shot. Maybe it'll not. What is it? What am I saying? Not turn you off of harems entirely, but still like go. Okay, some of them are redeemable. Tenchi Muyo, which is one that I've talked about, is another great show. Oh, shit. I got obelisk. Oh, but I. So it sounds like you're talking about an anime called Your Name. Yeah. That actually was one of the bigger movies of that year too, and it's still like really, really big. Um, at some point, I will get you to watch my favorite anime of all time, which is Tenchi Muyo, who is the origin of the Tenchi solution that I was talking about. Um, the show is weird, but I love it because the main character, he's not bland, and he may or may not be a 10th dimensional. Like, yeah, you need to. He may or may not be a 10th dimensional deity of immense power. Um, but the show, it's fun. The fact that the girls all fall in love with him makes it actually does make sense. He's not a bland protagonist, and he did choose for the longest time not to choose any of them. One, because he was still young, and two, because he didn't want to actually hurt any of them, which you think about being a really shitty answer, but when you watch it and see what they've all been through, it does actually make sense as to why he didn't want to hurt any of them by picking any one of them. But see, here's the trick, right? In the original show, the original continuity, he does actually end up picking all of them. But that's after they all talk about it and go, "We are all family. We all want you. We understand we're going to be sharing you." So it's not just guy wants to get his dick wet. It's they became a family. I know I'm not really necessarily describing it well, but it does make sense for the setting. It actually is a very heartwarming instance when they decide, you know what, we are a family. I'm choosing us instead of like choosing all of them. You were gonna say that. Family, family. He does indeed. There are other Tenchi. Yes. It started off as a style. It started off as a style choice, but he did eventually start losing his hair, so he just kept it off. Um, I know I'm going on about Tenchi a lot, but I don't care. You're gonna listen to my rant about Tenchi. Again, again with the Ludwig. By the way, there is a new enemy on this map too. I don't remember what the new enemy is on this, but it's not the beasts. Mr. Beast, the only way I will respect you is if you give me money, and even then I probably still won't respect you, but I'll at least take your money. I'll be honest with that. Like, as much as we might say we'll take any sponsorship, I do have standards, which is really funny considering the amount of times we've talked about Bad Dragon on here. I'm saying that they have been accused of stealing art, and there is some controversy with that company, but they're no Mr. Beast. Bear, as in Bear, or Bayer? Yeah, that's what I... What the fuck was that? Yeah, I heard something. Yeah, they trap you in place. That was a loud sound effect. I was trying to figure out what that was. Oh man. Hey, Pat. You should join us in the spell brigade. No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. fix that real fucking fast. No, I have got to fix this. Oh my god.
I got today that has been a lot of fun
There
and
we go.
kind of
We
in the
fixed that.
realm
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Valheim. Have you guys seen the new RuneScape game? Because man, was I having fun with that earlier.
I was wondering what you were playing.
RuneScape.
RuneScape Dragon Wilds. It's like Valheim meets RuneScape.
Okay, we don't have game sound. God,
No, I
Do
heard
we
game
at least
sound.
have audio sound?
I heard game sound earlier,
oh, that's
and
interesting.
now I'm hearing myself talk in stream. So you got
Yeah,
voice chat.
I fixed that.
But earlier I did hear game sound. I don't think I hear it now.
Yeah, that's so weird. Yeah, it comes through something. What is going on? Hang on, I can fix this. I'm gonna die.
But yes,
I died.
I was gonna suggest you guys should play that sometime.
Yeah, is it
We could all
free?
play that
Is
sometime.
it free like other RuneScapes?
It is not free. It's a $30 game.
Ooh.
Hmm.
But I will tell you, I have enjoyed. I get strong Valheim / Palworld type vibes, um, in the sense of like, but also you get that like, am I? That's weird. Could you hear anything I just said? I didn't see my light.
I'm,
I can
yeah,
hear
I'm
you.
hearing you.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
Okay.
yeah.
see it crop up in the thing.
You also get you cut down a tree, your wood crafting level just went up. Stuff. So
That is pretty cool. I do like those kinds of games.
yeah. So
No,
like,
tree back.
Oh, I slid into a tree. The ice made me slide into a tree.
Okay, so there is game sound. It's just really fucking quiet. Huh. I'm gonna turn that up a little bit.
I don't like these trees.
did you say you hate trees?
I hate these
these
trees.
trees, yeah.
You hate the environment.
What I'm saying is, we need to chop down all the forests, and we need to burn everything as much as possible. All right.
We need to
Bring
kill
back,
one more
bring
statue.
back, bring back the coal mines.
You know how they say cut down a tree, plant a tree?
Yes.
I think it should be cut down a tree, cut down another tree.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then for that tree, obviously you must cut down another tree.
Yes. We need to give the whole planet the Haiti treatment. All right. Whole planet.
So I enjoy RuneScape very much. If we can play a game that is like that, I would enjoy that very much.
I would love to play with you guys.
Yeah, my
I don't
only
know.
problem
I don't know that I'm gonna do that
is
tonight, but
I'm
we
not.
could play it
Yeah,
sometime.
I'm not buying new games right now. I am really bad at both saving money and spending money.
Yeah.
I've recently been told, "Hey, you're spending too much money on phone games," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh God, yeah. Phone games will fuck you.
Yeah, and I've apparently fallen into that hole once again. So not only do I need to stop doing that again, but I need to not
Oh.
spend money on games. Period.
Uh,
And so.
A little birdie told me you just got a new game today.
I did. I saw that. I won the raffle, which I think is pretty awesome. So thank you for that. I've had Fortress Craft in my Steam wish list for a while.
Well, now you don't.
Why is it you guys and not me? I've never once been treed. That's so weird.
I've not been treed.
Give me the brief rundown here.
What, trees?
Yeah. So what are those things? What are trees?
So they're these trees that all like interlock and they come out of the ground
I was hoping
and
you'd
surround
give me
you.
like a rundown on actual real life trees, but
Oh, so you
it's-
see, you get like an acorn or something, and you put it in the ground,
no,
right?
explain the game.
And you
Also,
water it, and you put a
is
lot of
your
sun.
AI off? You're okay. Look at your stream real quick, Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah, is the game like this, or is your stream off center
Oh,
when you
God
pause your game?
damn it. I can't pause. My stream. Oh, no. You know what? I think that the the stream has been scuffed because the aspect ratio got fucked again. See, sometimes whenever my
Yeah, I was
computer-
confused looking at the UI. Like, why would they show all your teammates' information and not yours?
Yeah, it's all at the bottom. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I thought I checked everything. My computer will sometimes reset my settings, and then Streamlabs will reset the settings. I'm actually kind of glad that it was Spell Brigade and not Valheim for the scuffedness.
Yeah. You guys have to have endgamed Valheim at this point, right?
We're
No.
sort of. We're like one biome behind current. But they are planning on adding a new biome soon. Where is it?
Not to mention, we're doing a soft-ish reset, sort of.
What? How do you do that?
We've picked a new world, and we're gonna take all of our shit and go to the new world and start
How
all
do
over
you,
again,
do
but
you
with
just
good
give
stuff.
yourself the same stuff again, or
No, we're actually going to be carrying it in inventory because your characters are set.
nice? Okay.
Yeah,
So it is the same item.
yeah,
Yeah, literally the
yeah.
exact same shit.
But I'm not like adminning us. The only time I ever used the admin command to give us anything was when a boss did not drop a mission critical item that they should have dropped. That was the only time I god moded anything into the game. I did mystically look into the future to figure out where we needed to go, but that wasn't adminning. That was using a third-party program to look at the map.
So what's this game called you're playing right now?
This is called the Spell Brigade. It's the
Spell Brigade.
Brigade. I was able to fix this.
Yeah, I would highly recommend we all play RuneScape sometime. Also, I'm gonna check out Spellgrade. It looks somewhat interesting. Looks nice.
It is. It is.
And I'm gonna head back to date night with Danielle. So I was just
Yeah,
popping
no,
in
thank you,
this
thank
corner.
you for telling me about this because I need to fix the stream. You know what? I hate to say this, I'm about to die. Don't revive me yet. I need to fix shit.
Yeah.
All
All right. I'll
right.
catch you guys in a little bit. See ya.
Nice talking to you, Pat.
See
Take
ya.
care. With special guest, Pat.
Yeah, why is the
Oh God. No, no! Ice, stop, please! Oh no, who got treed? Was it me? Was it me? Did I get treed? No. Oh, it's just me? Oh God. I'm coming, Sauce. I'm coming. Shit, fuck. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. He's back. He's back!
wow? My game sounds so
This man
quiet.
has gone full druid.
There we are. Okay. So the game sound was so quiet it wasn't registering for me that it was actually there. But so I've turned it up slightly. Man, this is talk about a freaking scuff stream. Okay, let me check to make sure it's actually working. Looks like it. Jesus.
It looks like Jesus. No, 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 don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, Sauce, no! You're back. You're back.
Yeah, I've noticed. I actually can. Looks like everything is good now. So I barely good timing. Oh, look at all that damage from a sulfur geyser. Ugh, I feel terrible that all of that stuff that we talked about is gone.
No, that shit's hilarious. Are you kidding me? That's great.
There's 50 minutes of me rambling to no.
First, you're rambling about how fast does hair grow. The
We all
next
got
thing you
trees.
know, you're rambling about fucking harems. Like, come on, man. The hell?
You know, at least it was 50 minutes of one-sided conversation and not 50 minutes of pure
Oh
silence.
no, that would be bad. That would
Yeah.
suck.
As has happened before. Oh, God. Quality content here and went into it. And I don't know why my devices decide to reset themselves either. Because I swear to God, I'm going to have to check the video of last week's stream. I swear to God, last week, the audio was fine. We checked the audio last week, right? Yeah, that was something we did.
We'll check it.
Oh my God.
Check it again.
This is what I get for getting lax. This is what I get for not paying you guys.
Yeah, start paying us.
Well, I'm also not getting paid, so that's fine too.
Hey, at least we're getting paid the same amount.
It's true. I also... oh, man.
Oh,
I
fuck
just got
off.
missed by the trees there. Jesus. Spooky has also offered to edit for us if and when we have a budget. Which, and considering the fact that she has said that she is willing to be a cheap editor as she is brand new and would like the editing experience, I mean, fuck it. If we actually get a budget, I say why not. It's not like we know anybody else that we could afford to edit anyways if we get a budget. I am not getting the Rune Dagger shit that I need for this, the Phantom Blade shit that I need.
Oh, why are you rocking Phantom Blades? Come on.
Because Campanelli.
Oh, sad.
There are some good... It can get really good. The problem is you gotta get the right objective stuff for it.
It can be good, but it isn't, so... I guess I'm just a little biased.
You are.
Just a little biased.
Just like you're biased against Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I actually have no beef with Mr. Beast. I don't give a shit.
Well,
You know?
You also haven't read as much as I have in regards to the controversy behind Mr. Beast.
What is the controversy behind Mr. Beast?
There's actually a lot of there's a number of different controversies behind him. It was a whole mess of controversy concerning his Beast Games shows and the treatment of contestants on the Beast Games. Or I should say the mistreatment of that. There is the controversy of him and one of his friends slash cohort slash co-people on his stream who... one, she transitioned, which is not the controversy. The controversy is the way she transitioned and chose to go about it. I have no issue with the transition itself. However, she left her wife and child to do it, which I do take umbrage with. I'm all for finding yourself and being your true self, but you left your wife and child.
So I used to work with one of the people I used to work with years ago, my previous job, right? They had a friend who came out and was going to transition and did transition. But instead of leaving her wife, they went to therapy together. They talked it out. They found a way to make it work. You know, it's like you don't do that to your partner. You don't utterly shaft your partner.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, I mean, and I mean, it would be. I would have less of a problem if it was an amicable divorce and she was still a part of her kid's life, right? But apparently, straight up abandoned the family. I'm gonna say
I think
allegedly.
if I'm remembering correctly, one of the things that they did was they had a copy made, and they put it in a little box. The copy, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know, What?
I legitimately don't.
They had a special dildo made that was a copy, a clone
Oh,
of. There you go.
not a no. I'm talking about the actual human being that they made with another person that they left.
Oh, okay, no. I was still talking about the previous couple.
The dick in the box.
Dick in a box.
Dick in a box.
And they put a dick in a box. So yeah.
Yeah, the controversy gets deeper though, because there was apparently there was some controversy with how Mr. Beast handled the transition and the reactions to it, which problems in there. However, apparently this person also was talking to a minor and propositioning a
Oh
minor.
no.
So that got worse, and apparently Mr. Beast knew about it, and there was a whole bunch of controversy behind that, and debates as to whether or not he actually knew about it and tried to hide it, or if he was doing plausible deniability. Like, it got a whole mess on that. Then there is the big, huge controversy of, so, and how to go about doing this. This one's possibly both the most and least controversial at the same time, beyond the whole kid thing. There is supposedly evidence that every giveaway he's done outside of the charity videos, which may have or may not have just been clout, but like the where he's given a random viewer money, or he's had a game where people win thousands of dollars or survive 100 days in XYZ and you get such money. Supposedly every single one of those is staged. The people are actually friends or family that live nearby him. None of them are actually viewers, and none of them are getting anywhere near the amounts of money that are claimed in the videos. Now, I'm of two minds of this. I get the whole idea of entertainment value, but if your entire shtick is based around the idea that you are this charitable person giving people money, and at no point in any of your videos or any of your merchandise do you say this is a parody or this is for entertainment purposes only, you are lying to your audience, and I do have problems with that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, if you're telling your audience subscribe for a chance to be picked to be in one of these games to win these fabulous prizes, and in reality there is no chance that anyone actually gets those fabulous prizes, that's, what is it, not clout chasing, false advertisement, but not really.
Yeah, it's literally false advertisement though.
Yeah, I guess it is false advertisement. Yeah, there was a whole controversy about that. Like the veracity of those claims, it might be true, it might not be, because it was apparently from an insider who worked with them on that. I think the
Well,
only
I
the
mean,
only one
I've
was
got
the Amazon games where he actually gave the money away because it was through
you,
Amazon.
you know the thing is, right? Like, there's just so much. There's so much to care about in today's world, right? There's so much to be concerned about. There's so much to be that you can get upset over, and I only have so much time and energy to fucking give a shit. And I guess the things that I'm really giving a shit about are, you know, different from Mr. Beast.
Yeah, no, I seem to give a shit about a lot of more things than most people just because I am a very opinionated person. And so I give a shit about a lot of random stupid things. I have a lot of vitriol in my heart for people who deserve it, I guess. If there's controversy and I find out about it, boy, I'm a grunge. What is it? I guess it's the I don't know what I can't think of a good stereotype for how that is for me. Cuz I don't
I don't
the
know.
Irish are like the friendliest people I've ever met, so it's not that.
Oh, look, all I know
Not
is that
anti-Irish.
I don't like harems. I'm not huge on the whole harem thing. And now my opinion is actually out there instead of hidden behind non-functioning audio.
Well, okay. I'm going to query that further, but not retread old ground, even though the audio isn't out there. Are you against harem anime, or are you against the idea of polyamorous relationships?
I am not against the idea of polyamorous relationships. The
Well,
whole
is
I
a
don't like harem
harem
anime.
a polyamorous relationship?
It,
Well,
Because
that's a good
doesn't
question.
that imply, by naming it a harem, that it is between the main interest and then every other person individually?
so,
Yeah, there's a difference
sort of.
between harems and polyamory.
Yeah, yeah. I would.
Like, I'm not gonna say Suleiman the Magnificent was in a polyamorous relationship with 100 women. No, he had a harem of 100 women.
I would.
Just
I would quantify, and this is me, and this is my personal
also,
opinion.
I'm not sure it's the accuracy of the number of women in Suleiman the Magnificent's harem. I'm just throwing out that number as an example.
I see it as a squared rectangle situation. A harem is a form of polyamorous relationship, but not all polyamorous relationships are harems.
No, no. For a polyamorous
Disagree.
relationship, you've got a bunch of people who are all in love with each other, right? With a harem, you've got one person whom a lot of people are in love with,
But that's actually
or
not.
who's in love with a lot of other people, but the other people don't love each other.
So
They're not romantical with each other.
here's the thing, though, Abe.
I'm feeling all romantic.
Not every
Or-
polyamorous relationship is equal. Not all of them are all links together. Sometimes a polyamorous relationship is three people all love each other, but one of them has one boyfriend who is just attached to one of them.
Yeah, but that's not a
it's-
harem.
I know.
You've got multiple points that are interconnected.
I know. Sometimes a polyamorous relationship is two couples that have another couple that's in the couple. So it's a line essentially. Like there's two
Yeah.
couples, and then in the two couple, two of them are also dating one person of the other couple. So it's a line. Poly
Nah,
They,
I don't think that counts.
it does because it is that is what a polyamorous relationship is simply it means multi-amorous, multi-love, as opposed to monogamous. It's still classified as a polyamorous relationship. There is no one box that you can fit polyamory in.
But not all those people are in that polyamorous relationship. Only 2 of the people are in a polyamorous relationship.
It's still classified as them being in a polyamorous relationship because they are dating somebody who is in
So
that polyamorous relationship.
I'm dating my girlfriend, and she's dating me and some other guy named Joe. And Joe is dating my girlfriend and some other lady named Lisa, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have no relationship with Lisa
Or Joe.
or Joe.
But you're still in a polyamorous relationship.
Nah.
Disagree.
Now, I would say that in that case, I am I don't know.
You're getting cheated on, Abe.
Yeah, I'm
No.
getting cheated on.
No.
Unless I'm okay with it.
Yes.
But,
In
like,
which
I
case,
can't...
that's fine.
Yeah, and
But
if you're,
I
if
can't
you're
see
Unless you're
myself
okay
being
with
okay
it.
with that. I can't see myself being okay with that, but that's just me.
then
Look,
you
I've got
wouldn't be
nothing
in
wrong.
that. Then you wouldn't be in that relationship. But if you're okay with that, that's part of being in a polyamorous relationship is being okay with that exact circumstance.
Well, I've got nothing wrong with other people being in polyamorous relationships. I couldn't do that. Personally.
I mean, what if you had a girlfriend who loved another woman who then you loved back and you were in a triad?
That is a very unlikely situation to occur. I don't know.
Triads exist.
I'm dead.
It might be unlikely
dead.
for you because you don't got the riz to get 2 women at one time. Neither do I. It's fine. But
No shit. That's the guy who ranted about harems for 30 minutes.
Yeah, but I wasn't ranting about wanting to be in one. I was just ranting about them. There's an entire difference.
You wanted to be in a harem.
Oh man, these harem animes, I love them so much. I'm just joshing you. It's just you again. You're gonna have to revive somebody or die or solo the boss.
Why the fuck do you guys keep dying?
Because we keep taking lethal amounts of damage.
Stop.
Stop.
Stop it. Get some help.
Get some help.
We can roll the footage back. I never once said that I wanted to be in a harem. I want to be in a harem.
No, you were talking about how much you loved harem animes.
I love good harem anime. There was a qualifier. I also love good mech anime. There's a qualifier.
Yeah, I know.
I like good isekai. I'm actually really upset at an isekai recently of a story that I really enjoy that finally got an adaptation where the animation is utter dog shit.
Okay, so since it wasn't picked up on the stream, I just want to say a really good isekai idea. All right, really good isekai idea.
Oh, it
You
was missed.
have a
You're right.
sci-fi. You have a sci-fi character or a fantasy character, whatever. It doesn't really matter. They die. They get isekai'd, and they're in Ohio now. Just Ohio. They're a regular
Ohio.
person in Ohio. But they have all their old memories of their life before in sci-fi, fantasy, whatever world, right? But now there's just a regular Joe in Ohio.
So, I do think there is actually
Or Jane,
a
I
story.
don't know.
I do think that there is a story.
Fucking
It wasn't
Ohio.
Ohio. It wasn't Ohio. But there was a story of like an elf or a wizard or some kind of fantasy character who died and got isekai'd, and they just showed up in our world with none of their powers but all of the memories. It wasn't Ohio, but it was very close. I do remember
This
hearing about a
man
story
got
like that.
Fucking Ohio.
I'm just saying, Ohio, man, Ohio.
Danger.
Like,
you
they
are
could
now
be
in
stuck in-
Ohio.
They could be stuck in Detroit or something.
Detroit becomes
No,
human?
Detroit's in Michigan. They'd be stuck in fucking Cincinnati or Cleveland. What's the really bad one? Viewers from Ohio, what's the worst Ohio city?
Columbus.
Oh God, Columbus. Why do they all start with C? Come on, Ohio, get some new naming conventions.
Tugsatani, Ohio. Springfield, Ohio.
Puxatawny is in Pennsylvania.
No, I've now said that there's a Punxsutawney in Ohio. It's like the Punxsutawney in Pennsylvania, only less groundhogs.
You know,
And
fun
more
fact.
gay.
Groundhog Day, right? Not filmed in Puxatawny. I think it was filmed in it was either filmed in Connecticut or Ohio.
It was filmed in Ohio.
But that town.
I told you there was
Yeah,
a Punxsutawney
but that
in
town is
Ohio.
not the. I can be revived, by the way. Yeah, no, not Puxatawny, Pennsylvania.
Speaking of that movie as well, somebody did the math.
Movie.
And they
Yeah.
figured out how long
Like millions
Bill
of
Murray...
years.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it was millions of years, but it was definitely like hundreds of years. Shit, I missed that. Fuck. No, god damn it.
To master every skill he mastered, and to master the day as well. Like timing shit perfectly.
Yeah, he was trapped in there for hundreds, if not 1,000 years. Definitely not in millions, though. It was an obscene amount of time, though. They did do the math. I love it when people get so obsessed with something they do the math. However,
But you know Gilligan's Island, right?
yes.
So, ow, fuck off. I'm dead again.
Oh, you're both fucking dead. No, it's just me.
Lethal amounts of damage. So based on one short segment of a scene from one episode, I figured out where Gilligan's Island is.
Oh, no.
And marked it on a globe. There it is. That's where Gilligan's Island canonically is.
You did the math.
Did the math. That show has not aged amazing. It's a good show,
Also,
but
Connor, you fucked this up,
it's
I'll
got
kill you.
issues. I will find you. I will kill you.
You know, speaking of those movies, they had a perfect opportunity to fit the title of the sequel into the movie itself, but they didn't do it. In a minute, I'll be taken too.
In a minute, I'll be taken too. I think it's best that they didn't do that. Ooh, you know what? I'll come back to life. I'll be alive again.
It's very useful. I will say, however, we've talked about him on the show before. Neil deGrasse Tyson. There are a few times where he's quote-unquote done the math about a movie or a science fiction show or something, and he's actually been wrong about whatever the heck he was complaining about.
He's a human being.
Yeah, but his whole thing is doing the math and being a science man, and he was wrong about the science, man.
Yeah, because he's a human being. Scientists get shit wrong.
Oh, no, I completely agree with that. But when you're considered an expert on something, oh, no, you fucked me.
Look, lots of people get things wrong, right? Scientists get things wrong. Doctors get things wrong. Rich people get things wrong a lot. Especially if they didn't build their own fortunes, but instead inherited those fortunes from
Sapphire
daddy or whatever.
mines from South Africa. I mean, what?
Business empire from dear old Pa. You know. God damn, these guys gotten faster.
Yes. I have noticed that too. See how quickly he just gets back up on your tail? There's some kind of rubber band mechanic in this. If you're not familiar with the rubber band mechanic, it's a popular mechanic in Mario Kart. And I'd say popular, not so much because we like it, but because it's used all the fucking time. Where in racing games, such as Mario Kart, if you're in the lead, the AI will get faster to catch up with you, no matter how much of a lead you get. That's right. It's basically impossible to lap a computer opponent in a racing game like Mario Kart.
Keeps things interesting, I'll say that much.
It does. It does.
We win! We did it! We won! Oh, that was close. Oh my god. Sheesh!
Okay, Campanelli, I'm not playing you again. You
Yeah,
suck.
good. Here's a good tip. Don't play Campanelli.
Oh, whoa, hang on. What? There's a special contract?
Yeah, I mentioned that.
I
It
didn't hear
pops up from time to time. And I also checked the audio. I could hear myself go, yeah. So we're 100% fine. We're fine right now. We're good. It's all good. Hold on. Do we all have the same contract? Yeah. Yeah. Rune, do I wanna? Sure. Fuck it. Why not? What could possibly go wrong?
What contract are you guys talking about?
When you select a wizard, there's a special indicator on one of the wizards that say you get more gold on the next mission if you play as that wizard.
It encourages you to play a variety of wizards. In this case, for the two of us, it seems to be Hadi.
Oh, yeah, I'd say so.
Wait, where do you see it?
I mean,
Okay.
if you look at my stream, you'll see it. It's a special indicator that's a special contract, and it's kind of like a moon on the wizard itself.
A little glowing, flashing moon next to their face in the wizard selection. And then if you look at their stats, you see special contract plus 10% gold on next mission.
I saw it.
Is yours the Wizard King?
See.
Nice.
I guess we just got lucky/unlucky with it being both haughty. I guess we'll be a little haughty this time.
Oh.
Just like the French. So you mentioned something earlier when we were playing Helldivers. So I'm like moving the topic along too, where you recognized a word and translated it semi-automatically, right? So
Yeah.
for you, do you actually have to think and remember the words, or do you then think in the language and have it kind of translate automatically?
Oh, that's a very good question. No, I just knew what the word meant. I was like, okay. I instantly understood what was being said without having to think the English translation for it. Without having to go, he said jelly sandwich, you know? Bubbly bop means jelly sandwich. No, just like, oh, he said jelly sandwich. Just, oh, okay, yeah, he's talking about jelly sandwich. Done. Didn't have to think about it.
Maybe that's the problem I've always had with learning a language myself. Despite the fact that I got fairly good at German and I took it long enough, I don't think I ever approached fluency. The trees are back. I never fully understood the point behind learning another language. Because for me, it was not an automatic understood, now I get that language, right? For me, it was always, I had to auto-translate it in my brain before I got it. Now, and this is going to sound really arrogant as fuck, thankfully, I think fast enough that the auto-translate is still quick enough to do conversation and get through the class, but it is still half a second, some micron second lag time compared to English. And
I don't know.
I think that, and I don't know about all people, but there are people who are bilingual, whose first language is not English, but they speak English incredibly well. But then they'll seem supposedly dumb in English, and it's because they have the same kind of function that they translate everything they think and are saying into English rather than having it be natural or native. And I'm thinking it's because they learn that post youth,
Yeah.
rather than being bilingual from language learning. So my point is, Jacob, you need to teach your kid multiple languages while they're learning a language. Alternatively, only speak in gibberish around them and really fuck them over for
No.
school.
No, don't do that. That's don't no.
Oh,
Never works.
it
There
won't
is
be,
no original human language. There is none.
Yeah, it won't be true gibberish. It'll just be Simlish.
Fucking medieval kings did that shit. They would get like an orphan, right? And then they would lock him in a room, and no one would be allowed to talk to them. No words uttered whatsoever. And they're like, oh, I bet you that they'll start speaking Hebrew or something. The original language. Yeah. And spoiler alert, no, they didn't talk at all. They were mute because fuck this ball, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm getting away from it because I think I was half fucking it instead of trying to help. Yeah, no, you're right. Language is a 100% human taught thing. Oh my god, I am so sorry. I think we were talking about.
Done.
No, I wasn't talking to you guys about it. I was talking to my cousin about it. How our speech ums and stops and whatnot, right? Like in English, how we say or or those are different in every single language and every single culture. Those verbal pauses.
Yeah.
Which I find fascinating because you would think that would just be. Oh my god, I was yawning again. That it would be a universal thing of humans, some kind of auto brain pausing thing. But no, it's also a function of language. We learn the ums and ahs, and it comes from whatever, I guess, base sound the language you use is, maybe? I don't know. I'm not a linguist enough to say that. But yeah, Jacob,
Is there a spell upgrade that makes the things rotate?
yes.
I need that.
That one is pretty good.
I need that in my life.
Uh,
But yeah, no, learning multiple languages at a young age, that's the time to learn.
Yeah.
It gets a lot harder when you're older because your brain structure changes. It becomes less malleable and more static.
and you actually, your brain does get wired for a particular language to the point where you will think and dream in that language rather than any other. But if you become bilingual when you're forming your language bases, you will think and dream in both languages at the same time. It'll be a mix of whatever languages you are. I do believe there is a limit to the number of languages you should learn as a kid. But I don't remember what that is. I think it is somewhat based on intelligent capacity of the child, but that's not always known from birth. Oh, I got treed.
I'm working on it.
I didn't get caught in the tree.
I'm almost dead.
Oh
I
shit, you
noticed.
are almost dead.
Getting the fuck out of here. Fuck you, trees. On principle.
I'm
Are we?
following you.
We're running the same spell combination.
Yeah, but we got slightly different upgrades. I did the burst, you did the get an extra.
I wasn't offered burst.
I wasn't
I
offered
might have
extra.
picked burst.
I was doing an infinity run, and I got the spin and the extras repeatedly, so I just had like a death blossom around me.
That's the
You
dream.
had the super spin.
No, I had the death blossom from that one movie. You know, The Last Starfighter.
You mean Death Blossom from Overwatch?
No, death blossom from that one movie, The Last Starfighter. Fuck Overwatch.
No, from Overwatch.
They stole that.
Where's the crab?
He's over here being burned to death. They stole that from The Last Starfighter.
Reaper's cooler.
Hey, your spell is cast in a rotating pattern.
I wanted the rotating pattern. No, I just got a hexagon.
You mean the best geometric shape in nature?
Yes, but it's not a rotating hexagon, which is cringe. You gotta do this in order to, like, simulate rotation.
Except
Awkward.
it doesn't really simulate rotation because it always fires in the
doesn't.
same direction.
Exactly, but to make the projectiles seem like they're, you know, oh, fuck off.
That was partially my fault, and I do apologize.
Curse upon your names.
Well, I mean, I got treed, so...
Haha! My curses are strong!
apparently your curse
Where-
is retroactive, because I think you got me Monday.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Man, fuck, I'm on low HP a lot. Where the fuck are you? Oh, I got the sword! We're so back!
I got the ice cream.
How about the vile demons?
Rocky Road is an underrated flavor.
I like pistachio. Not enough people, you know, talk about pistachio.
Pistachio's delicious.
is pretty good.
Okay. Which pistachio do you prefer? Talenti or Ben and Jerry?
Whichever one
Fuck.
they give me at Indian restaurants.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I've had both. I will legitimately say Talenti is better than Ben and Jerry's. They're about the same price, but Talenti is better.
So I love ice cream. Ice cream is one of my, if not my, favorite food. Right? So many flavors, and you know, so many different ways of having it. But ice cream causes me to have the most severe lactose intolerance reactions.
Have you tried? I can't believe it's not yogurt.
No.
Have you tried
But
frozen
that's-
yogurt?
That's
Connor, I just remembered.
I love
something
frozen
really
yogurt,
important.
and I love custard, and I love all that shit, but it's not ice cream. You know? It's not ice cream.
It's true. Jacob, you were saying something?
Yes, something very important for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Did we tell you what me and Elisa are doing tomorrow?
No.
We're going for our 20-week appointment tomorrow.
Ooh.
Ah, yes.
Are you gonna find out what flavor of baby you're having? I hope it's human.
Kind of, but no. We're keeping it a secret so that we can have a party about it. and be surprised at the party in front of people.
Oh, so we're going to burn down a forest in either pink or blue flames. Got it.
Yes, this is how it is done. This is how the ancient magics were written.
You know, there is a way to get pink and blue flames without burning down an entire forest.
You just figure out what
You do it in
what
a meadow.
well no you figure out which firework has the color you like, and you figure out what element created that firework.
Yeah, and there are you can buy powders and whatnot that do it pretty simply. I've done that before. One of the things that I got for previous fires that I've had at other friends and even with my parents is we've bought pine cones or little burnables where if you throw them in the fire they come out really pretty colors. Green
I
is
love
one of the most
Lunchables.
what?
That's a lie. I don't give a shit about Lunchables. I'm about to die.
But where the hell did Lunchables come from?
What
You
the
said
fuck was
Lunchables.
that stream of
You said Lunchables.
what? No, what the fuck are
Not
you talking
you.
about?
I didn't say
Connor
Lunchables.
said Lunchables. He said I have a bunch of Lunchables. Did I mishear you? Did you say something
Yes,
else?
you fucking psychopath.
What the
What's wrong
fuck?
with you?
I definitely did not say Lunchables.
What did you say?
A bunch of burnables, maybe.
Oh,
Like pine
a bunch
cones
of
and whatnot.
a
The
bunch of
fucking
burnables.
Lunchables? I'm
A bunch
very
of burnables.
confused.
I was like, okay, we're talking about lunches now. Okay.
Christ.
Lunch.
No, it's like pine cones and other burnables that turn the fires different colors. Green is the most common I've seen on that because green is easy to do with copper.
Yeah.
You can also throw sugar into a fire and it does a pretty color too. I can't remember which one. There are what's really cool and really hard to see is there is an additive that will make the fire burn black.
How does that work?
I don't know. Mostly because I know it happens, but I don't know the scientific properties behind it. It's really fucking cool, and I've seen it on like one of those science shows. And in order to see it, you have to have like a white paper background and no lights, and because it burns really, really dimly. But
It gave me another
really
additional
fucking cool.
projectile. No, I'm not going 7. I'm keeping 6.
I will look up that video of a black flame and post it in the Discord chat for here, so that other people, the few people who actually watch and are on our Discord, can see it, because it's really cool. Science is wild. Chemistry can be wild. I'm not good at chemistry, but it's wild and I like it.
One of my favorite
Chemistry's
subjects
easy.
in high school was biology. I wasn't any good at it, but the teacher, he made it fun. He made it really entertaining. He made me enjoy it. Even if I wasn't any good at it, he made me enjoy learning about it.
I'm glad you had a good teacher for that, because I had a terrible teacher for biology that did not make me like it. It's actually kind of funny, but I wrote a paper in biology, and I used the words thus and thusly. My teacher marked me down on the paper and said, "These aren't words. Points off." To which, first, you're a biology teacher, not an English teacher. Fuck you. But secondly, when I complained about that in class, the teacher was like, "Those aren't words." Another student reached into their backpack, thumped a dictionary on the table, flipped into it, and goes, "It's right there." this kid, I don't know if he had a problem with this teacher, because he wasn't my friend. He wasn't an enemy of mine, but he was just another classmate of mine. Fucking king. The teacher was flabbergasted and gave me the points back for that.
Okay, good. They admitted they were wrong.
Oh, yeah, no, they admitted they were wrong, and I got the points for that. But still, just thunk. Flip, 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 flip. It's right there. It's a word.
Black and white. Clear as crystal.
Clear as day, actually.
Your teacher stole fizzy lifting drinks. He loses.
Good day,
Good day,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, did not like that bio teacher at all. 1, you failed as a bio teacher for not making me want to learn biology, and 2, you failed as a bio teacher by not knowing English.
I had a great science teacher because she was also the geology teacher, and when she was teaching us geology, she said cleavage, and it was the funniest shit as a student to hear a teacher say cleavage for science.
I can believe it.
And she was my favorite. She was this older, mean-looking lady, but she was actually pretty nice.
One of my favorite science teachers gave me one of my favorite insults of all time, because she was talking about an ex-student of hers who I think he was in detention or was in her class after class for whatever reason. And this absolute dim bulb of a student got like a paper clip out, folded it just perfectly, and then stuck it into an outlet. This is middle school, so
nice.
they absolutely knew better at this point. The teacher yelled at him, and this is her telling the story of not to do stupid things, by the way, but she yelled at him, "Boy, your brain is as smooth as an onion." And that is, to this day, one of my favorite insults of all time. And every time I say that, I pronounce it with the same intonation that she had. Onion.
Onion.
Boy,
well, you know,
your brain's as smooth as an onion.
Hate to say it, but, you know, that means his brain has layers to it.
It does, but it doesn't have wrinkles. And the wrinkles are what makes you smart.
Smooth. I don't think that's true, actually.
No, it is. The more
Is
wrinkly,
it?
yeah, the more wrinkled your brain are, the more connections and space in there, because it's the wrinkles that create the connections between it. So if you have the smoother your brain is, the dumber you are. Koalas actually are incredibly smooth-brained because they eat one of the least nutritious plants in the entire goddamn world.
So what you're saying is if we genetically modify eucalyptus to have more nutrition and give it to koalas, they will become smarter than us.
No.
No, they'll choose not to eat it.
No, because even if we made eucalyptus the most nutritious thing in the world, it's the only thing they eat, and they don't even digest it that well because it's really hard to digest. So one, you'd have to genetically modify eucalyptus to be a superfood that then is also more easily digestible, which might change it enough that they won't eat it because they're fucking dumb.
I just like koalas, okay?
To be able to eat eucalyptus as well as they do, which is not well, but better than everything else, they have to eat their parents' shit.
Yep. They get the special gut bacteria that digest that digest it. Because the gut bacteria are not something that they're born with. And not only that, but you can't give them eucalyptus leaves. You have to give them the leaves on the branch, or they don't recognize it as a eucalyptus leaf. They are dumb animals.
Well, I like them.
Oh,
they're adorable.
They're adorable.
They're also
vicious as
the
hell.
cousin of the drop bear.
Yeah. Australia is made to kill things. Um, actually, you know what's really funny? You know how we talk about Australia as having dangerous animals and dangerous territory and just being an overall hostile place to live?
Yeah.
Did you know that America was the original Australia in terms of that?
Yes.
Like, if you look at European animals compared to American variants of said animals, holy shit, we were the original Australia.
Something you need to keep in mind, though, is that we are,
Also,
for better or for
Africa's pretty
worse,
bad too,
essentially the
guys.
apex predator.
Let's not like not give Africa its due. Like English badgers look like they'll take you out for tea, but like the honey badger, that thing just looks like it's gonna fucking it's
No.
gonna mug you.
The honey badger gives no shits, but looks closer to the English badger than the North American badger does. The North American badger looks like he's going to take you out back behind the dumpster, rob you, and then leave your corpse in said dumpster after chewing on you. The North American badger looks way more vicious than the honey badger. The honey badger you don't fuck with, but the honey badger looks comparatively unassuming.
The arguable, I feel like the honey badger's just a cool dude.
Oh, the honey badgers. So honey badger and capybara are two different levels of give no fucks.
Well, I mean, but like honey badgers are pretty cool, even in captivity. Like, you heard the story of the one honey badger that escaped captivity, got fucked up by a lion, and then didn't hurt anybody, escaping again so it could go and fight the lion again and
Oh,
win
yeah.
this time.
Yeah, no, the honey badgers give no shits and will go and fight things because they can. They won't. In general, they won't fuck with humans for whatever reason. They'll fuck with other predators. They just won't fuck with us.
Trying to kill things. We kill the animal that's killed the most things on Earth is humans.
Yeah. Granted, we had a bit of help.
Help from what?
Tools.
I mean, that's if a monkey beats you to death with a stick, does the stick get the kill, or does the monkey get the kill?
The monkey gets the kill with the stick. But I will say, if the monkey managed to kill somebody with a grenade, do you give the kill to the grenade or the monkey?
The monkey.
I
Because the monkey probably didn't kill itself.
I will give the kills to the grenade because
No.
the monkey did not.
No,
perpetuate
look,
that.
look. If you give a chimp an AK-47 and he shoots some people with that AK-47, that chimp killed those people. The end. It's chimp time, baby. And in my opinion, we should give all chimps AK-47s.
I agree.
They
Including
deserve.
me.
It's their turn. It's their turn to rule the planet. Give them AK-47s.
Yeah,
Done.
rise
But
up, my brothers.
okay, only if we
Big ball energy.
only if we also give them battle boars to ride on, because there are monkeys that are taming boars to ride on like cavalry.
Oh, some monkeys have dogs. They have dogs that they ride. Like wild dogs
Yeah, I
that
get.
they keep as pets and they ride as steeds.
There's actually a handful of animals on Earth that keep other animals as pets, including humans.
Yeah,
Really? Humans
lot.
do that?
No, animals keep humans as pets.
That's
Yes.
so cool.
Cats. Cats keep humans as pets.
Yeah,
Right.
we don't own cats; they own us. But no, there's I believe it's a species of frog that will keep some insects as pets. I know there are I think there's ants that will keep certain other species of insect as a pet or farm them even.
Yes. The fucking it's not a mite. It's the fucking it's like a little green bug,
Aphid,
and
I
like
think.
it takes aphid. Yes, they like make sugar water essentially.
Yeah, they milk it, sort of.
They like massage it or whatever, and it
Yeah.
makes sugar water.
They tickle its pickle.
But there,
Yeah.
yeah, there are a handful of species out there that actually legitimately keep pets beyond humans. That said, only humans have pair bonded with literally anything and everything. I mean, fuck, we made and sold pet rocks.
I wouldn't
But
put
that's
it
disgusting,
past. I wouldn't
though.
put it past bonobos or orangutans or whatever to do the exact same thing, given the chance.
The closest we've seen of ape pair bonding an inanimate object, and other animals pair bonding inanimate objects were dolls. And it's because they looked like uh, an animal. But we
You
have.
ever hear about that fucked up experiment that those assholes did on that one chimp?
Are you thinking about the one where they raised the chimp with chimp puppets?
No, no. They raised the chimp as their daughter.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
No interaction with other chimps. No interaction with any chimp behaviors. Just raised as a human. And eventually they had to give the chimp up because once you know it, chimps, they get really strong and really free-willed as they get older. Who would have thought?
Yeah,
And
the
this chimp knew nothing about surviving in the wild.
The chimp also liked pornographic magazines with humans.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. Oh yeah, that chimp liked to rub one out to pictures of human guys because didn't know anything about chimps.
And human guys are significantly more well endowed than chimps.
And look, here's the thing. Like, pretty sure that that fucking chimp died from poachers killing it because it thought they were friendly humans.
I want to say that they didn't actually send that chimp into the wild. The chimp went to a reservation or a zoo-like enclosure.
It was a reservation.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the wild, though. You might be right about the poachers, but it definitely wasn't. It was still taken care of, essentially, by humans. More or less. I kind of want to look that up again. God, I remember
It's a really
hearing
sad
that.
story.
Yeah, I was listening to that with my parents in the car on NPR.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Fuck, I don't remember what the fuck we were doing that
I think
day.
I think it was This American Life. I might be mistaken.
Maybe. It was definitely NPR. And we were listening to that goddamn story. Well, we were going somewhere for some trip for some reason, and we were listening to it. And all of us were fascinated and horrified at the same time.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
God, that was that was a trip. Not like a good trip, but a trip.
But, yeah, there you go.
Speaking of terrible practices, there was also that experiment where scientists flooded a house and then had a lady scientist live with a male dolphin in said flooded house.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just say bad things happen there, too.
Didn't she get like sexually assaulted by the dolphin?
Yep.
Like dolphins are not. They're really bad rapists, if we're honest.
Yeah.
You see, I heard that the lady scientist would, jerk off the dolphin as like a reward, and they kind of started a weird relationship type thing.
There's a lot of conflated stories with that. A lot of it's bad, a lot of it's weird, a lot of it is why are we having sex with animals? But then again, and I'm not gonna
Look, if you want animal dick or animal vagina, bad dragon.
Yes, please go to Bad Dragon. As
Please,
opposed to
go to
actual animals.
I swear to
Oh,
God, we're
oh.
not sponsored.
I actually have a question that kind of pertains to this. So, like, there's Homo sapiens now,
Yes.
but like, Homo sapiens came after Neanderthals.
No.
Were essentially absorbed.
Same time.
Same time.
Well, arguable because, like,
Neanderthal and Homo erectus were, well, sorry,
Same
Homo
time.
sapien and Neanderthal were co-variant evolutions of Homo erectus.
There are people walking around today who have Neanderthal DNA in them.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Is like,
the reason
sapien and Neanderthal couldn't have been around at the same time because they essentially become a singular species.
No, they were around at the same time. Neanderthals were fucked out of existence.
They were fucked and murdered out of existence.
Yeah.
Fucked and murdered.
The Neanderthals got absorbed into Homo sapien due to the fact that they had a weaker social structure. They were more familial based and less group based. So they might have the reason why we called them cavemen is because they were often living in caves, but they were living in much more smaller units, and they didn't cooperate nearly as much as Homo sapiens did. Homo sapiens,
Yeah, you didn't have tribes of cavemen.
Homo sapiens and Neanderthals were compatible because they were, the same, similar species. We see that in the wild all the time. Coyotes and dogs, for example, can be mated. So yeah, they got fucked and killed and eaten out of existence because Homo apparently, Neanderthals and humans would eat each other too.
Yes.
Yeah. Chimps eat each other.
Ironically, the reason why cannibals get the shakes is because we developed a defense mechanism against being eaten that from those days where if our brain was eaten, it would give Neanderthals or other Homo sapiens the shakes and a terrible wasting disease. So we developed
Really?
we developed that defense mechanism as a result of the cannibalism from that era.
That's kind of metal.
Right.
Pretty cool. Shame we don't give other animals the
Pretty weird.
shakes. That's kind of cringe.
That would be a great defense mechanism, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, for the propagation of your species and wanting to ward off cannibalism, it's a fantastic one.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
We have 7 minutes left. Do we want to just call it tonight? A little
Yeah,
early?
I'm a little tired.
That's fine.
I think we're all a little toasted tonight, and we haven't even had anything to drink, and we had a
I
bit of a
have
scuffed
headache.
thing.
Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that, man. But moral of the story is don't do cannibalism, and harems. Not a huge fan of harems personally.
It depends,
Age.
real life or in fiction.
I'm never going to be in a position where I could have a harem. And if I'm in a position where I could have a harem, I've started to see human beings not as human beings, but as, extra decor in my life, which, kind of fucked up. But there you go.
I mean, that's only if you have 100 wives. Let's say you get, like, I don't know, 10.
I wouldn't have the
I
time.
feel like that would destroy
I
them
wouldn't.
financially.
That would destroy me in every single way. My mind, my wallet, my soul, my
Well, are you-
energy, my
are-
life.
Are you going with the
No.
traditional harem where you have to support them financially entirely? Or are we going the
Dude.
new age harem where it's not you supporting them, it's now 11 incomes in a household?
No, you're buying dinner every time, no questions.
Anyway,
Don't let people.
thank you for joining us,
Don't let
everybody.
people. Don't let that happen. You're paying for dinner. It
Thank you
doesn't
for
matter.
joining us. Well, we'll be here next time, hopefully with audio that works the entire time instead of audio that only works
That'd be
for
great.
half of the time.
I swear to God.
But
I am going.
I'm gonna watch back. I'm gonna watch the VOD back just to hear you ramble.
Oh my God.
Just rambling and pausing and then rambling and then pausing.
I'm gonna
That's
check
gonna be great.
last week's stream to make sure there was audio there.
My dog is wet for some reason.
What the fuck? I'm ending it at that. Good night, everybody.
Ah!